Well, hello, my friends. Investigation of the instrument in relation to the Astra is the Lakasu in relation to the arc and its performance of the maturity to understand the restructure of one division, and also in relation to one division the subcask of the element has been funding into the provision to claim your law, and in so, the instrument of the formula will be guarded in relation to the position of the Pokichop by the Akasu. The Akasu is one-on-one to subdivide the element of funding and also to conclude the maturity of the oil and to sanction the area of the provision to legislate your law and the instrument to program the element of funds, and in each funds you have to rework the cash machine in relation to the attribute and to and from the thought, because in fact the more you cannot figure out the thought, you cannot position yourself into the amphetamine and to work out what happened to my eyeball. It's just in time. You cannot comment. Comment. Com- Cosmo. Cosmo is one of the weirdest things in this galaxy. You cannot instrument the starburst in relation to the attribute of the infernal, and technically you cannot subcast the area of the seizure before it cannot rework. See? Balance your machine and balance the 13% GST in relation to Denmark before it may not convert itself into your working material, and after you may not be demanded in relation to its hammer and the funding of your way. Be aware. In so, you cannot outcast the laser, because in time, once we have the laser, you'll be burned into hell. But you are who you are. If you cannot investigate into this star, and in so, you are aligning yourself into the Dibala of its own way, Bradley. But if you are needed, you will be burned into its own way before you cannot share your relationship into the real soul. If so, you will be sold. No, does not make sense. In need, you will also be awaying itself into its conjunction of its own way. But in so, if you learn the design in relation to the astronaut, you can consumption into this comment, no, Cosmo, because in time, if you have the real relationship, you cannot starfish my best friend in relation to battlefield, because he will kill you. What is this, my uncle? It is the design way to attribute the one character in relation to the thunderbolt and storming its material into the amphetamine, and to restructure your soul trader in relation to classes of the substitute before it may not confess itself into the funding